to some fireplaces. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down. With sympathy.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, TJ. How you doing, man? Your channel's building. Well done, man.
Thank you, man. No, and it's all because of you, Jez. That first show on Friday with you and Kyle was incredible. Gotten a lot of really positive feedback across the community. So it's only going to go up from here. Every Friday night, we're going to do that show. So if anybody's up, either across the pond or here in the good old US of A, feel free to join. I'll shoot you the link anytime, anybody. I can have up to 10 guests on there. We'll have a blast. But Jez, absolutely, especially after today's game, I'm buzzing. I'm cautiously optimistic. So we'll just go from there. Thanks again for having me on.
Mate, it's always a pleasure, mate. Look, you know, we're all small YouTubers here, and if we can give support and love to other people, that's what it's all about, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you are going live Friday nights, I'll be more than happy when I can to jump in and have my say and talk the bullshit I talk, and that's how
You don't, Jez. You don't talk bullshit.
You're always welcome, Jez. Always. Permanent guest. Permanent.
Well, I'll come on as well. Can I come on, TJ?
Mr. B, anytime. You know, I'm not a big Bees fan, but you know what? Anytime, my man.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Yeah, I'll come on and sting you, mate, on there, right? Sting you.
Anytime.
It's good to mix it up with different. I've found that it's different. It's good to mix it up with different fans from different clubs. When you just have it purely, just Arsenal, sometimes it can get a bit stale.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So it's good to mix it up. Kyle, how are you? I saw you after the game. Sporting Lisbon, boxing champion, and
the volcano. Yeah.
Volcano. So, mate, how you doing? How's things going, mate? I know you've had a fucking shit time.
Yeah. I've had a tough time, Jace, but listen, I'm getting on the right side of it. And it's good to have a community like this too, Jace, because you feel that you know we never met, but yes, I class you all as my friends. We're like one big family here with opinions about the club that we love the most. And I'd just like to say, Jace, straight away, a big thank you for letting me on your show again. It's always a privilege, you know that. You're a top man, a legend. TJ, big up to you for that show, man. And it's great for you to have your channel up now and running. And you're after inspiring me. TJ, I'm a great man to shout and give up and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to do my own live show as well. And I'll be hoping that you all come onto my live shows, which will be fairly, let me think, explosive. So I'm definitely going to do live shows, and this is something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to look into doing something this week. So I have a fella at the moment showing me about StreamYard and stuff like this. Mr. B, always a pleasure to my friend. So I'm looking forward to the show. So yeah, that's me done.
What happened to you on Dale Boys? What happened to you on there, Carl? You weren't on there to start with. You said Fulham would win, didn't you? You said they beat Arsenal.
I said Fulham would win, but I was proved wrong. Thank
God.
Man.
You were well wrong there, mate. Well wrong. No volcano this time. No.
Hey, welcome back, my friend.
Yes.
Show you about yesterday for Brentford.
Yeah, it happens, mate. Shit happens, doesn't it? I'm afraid.
Give us a run through what happened, man.
Well, what can I say? We lost to bloody Everton like yourself. You know, we tried our best. We were actually all over them in the second half and still couldn't score. So, you know, it's that Dice factor, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Sean Dice, isn't it?
yeah.
He's doing it. He's going to get them up, and he's to keep them up, I think.
That's Sean Dyche, man. He's got
Yeah.
that factor. That's the shame about it. But we're going to get into it. Basically today, great. I'm going to come to you, TJ, first. Great performance. That first half, man. You couldn't fault it. We looked like potential Premier League winners. It was just irresistible to watch. And the fact is, Fulham had nothing to answer to us. They looked seriously like, what is going down here? All right, first goal disallowed. It was offside. Let's get it right. VAR got it right.
Yeah, because I
Martinelli
thought it was 4-0. I thought it was 4.
3-0.
Yeah, but I thought that first goal was allowed, but it wasn't.
No, it's offside.
Oh,
Man.
okay. Sorry,
It was
Jess.
offside.
Like,
Not by a ton. Not by a ton, though.
2-0 offside. And
right.
yeah, that makes. We're not going to get into that. We're not even going to get into that one.
No.
But the fact remains,
Okay.
we got away with a great 3-0 first half. Could have gone more. Could have been 5-6. Didn't happen. But it's 3-0. Clean sheet. 3 points. 5 points clear of Man City. I'm sure you're buzzing about it, man. TJ.
I've been going crazy all morning. I've been surfing the different channels today, just giving my takes, and I'll give it again here. If we play every game like we did that first half, plan the parade, because that was incredible. So I think when we all woke up this morning, we weren't expecting that lineup, and we weren't expecting that bench. I wasn't expecting to see Jesus until April, and I think a lot of us people who have an IQ above 100 were expecting the same thing. So that was a pleasant surprise, and he came out and he gave a performance in relief. So, and we can get onto that later, but just overall for the game, Leo Trossard, signing of the season.
Yeah.
My man of the match, running away, and I think it was everybody else's hat trick of assists. You can't say enough good things about this guy. Premier League proven. We bring him in, and he is that catalyst that we need. And I know I've been saying that over and over and over again. Leo Trossard brings that grit. He brings that spark that this team needs on the left side. Who else? Odegaard. We have been slagging him off for the last 2.5, 3 weeks. He came to life today. The ghost got resurrected, okay? He came back, and he put in a performance that we haven't seen out of him in a long time. You know what? If I get sick and I come back to my job after healing up and perform like that, I would expect a promotion, okay? He played absolutely incredibly today. Who else? Our back line, Saliba and Gabriel. I would give them 8s or 9s, the both of them. Gabriel's header was absolutely incredible. That is his 3rd goal against Fulham. He has Fulham's number. So anytime that we are playing Fulham, if you got Gabriel in the back line, we got a chance and we're going to win. Who else? Okay, no. So I'm waffling a little bit, but let me just say this. When the worst player in your starting 11 is Bukayo Saka, and I purely attribute that to the fact that he is tired and he has played every single game that he can for Arsenal this season, you know you're going to have a good day. So I couldn't be more excited for this team. For the first time, I'm saying on camera in front of all these great people, I am feeling very optimistic at our chances of winning the league this year.
Fact. Absolute facts, man. Kyle, I don't think you actually got to see all the game because you.
Yeah, Jay's, it's Mother's Day next week, so I'm not going to be around. So I came up to visit there today, and the Ireland Scotland rugby match was on, so I didn't get to see it, but I heard certain things, and I heard that Trossard was outstanding. I've been wanting Trossard at the club for the last 2 years. I think Trossard is an exceptional player. And for 27 million, we got bargain of the decade. What a signing. So I'm absolutely over the moon that we won today, Jace. This was a massive game, in my opinion. I actually thought we were going to lose the game. But we didn't. We went out and Jace, I'm going on camera for the first time in 19 years, and I'm saying, I'm starting to believe, Jace. I think that after today, I really have this feeling inside me that we can go on now and win the league title. There's something in the air, Jace. Both. There's two sides to every coin. If we don't win the league from this position, I want our manager out with the rest of them. Because to me, it'd be nothing but a failure. And I see there in the chat, Taib, I think, say to me the smile. Taib, I am smiling, my friend. But what I'm saying to Taib is, if we don't win the league, and the man said it's going to be a good season if we don't win the league. But from our position, and we don't win the league, for me, personally, bad season. Same old shit. So from here on, Jace, I just have a feeling, Jace. I'm excited. I think we could do it.
Yeah. We'll come back to that in a moment. Mr. B.
Yeah, man.
Great win today for Arsenal. Not a good day yesterday for Brentford. Unfortunately, Everton did the job on you.
Shit happens.
Give us a rundown on that, man.
Well, only lot I can say, Jez, we lost, and that's the fact of the matter is, and that's it. We got Southampton next, so we can, start again. So, I'm not giving up hope. We can still get Europe, 5th place. Why not? We're only, what was it, a point behind Fulham and who's the other one? Brighton. Point behind both of them. So, I'm not giving up, man. Not giving up at all.
No, quite right. Today, I won't, Kyle said we're going to lose. I had absolute confidence.
Didn't he, Kyle? Did anyone clip that, by the way, that Kyle said that?
I had it bang on. I said 3-0. And I should have put a bet on there, really, shouldn't I? But we got a 3-0 win.
I think I had 2 or 3-1, I think, something like that.
Fair play.
Anyway.
We got a 3-0 win. Can't knock it. Puts us back 5 points clear. And that's what we're looking for. Now, I just want to raise the point here that, as Kyle mentioned, Kyle, thought it might be, a bit wobbly. We're not going to get the result. And we got it, man. We got it. So,
Mr. Walsh is wrong.
That's what I'm saying, Jace. The mentality that I'm always talking about, I questioned this mentality all season. But today, I don't know. I honestly thought we were going to struggle. But from all accounts, we went out and we played exceptional football. It was like we were back to the beginning of the season. At this time of the season, that's a great sign. The players are fighting for each other. Trossard, like I said, is exceptional. It's another clean sheet, Jays, in London. I think that's a record now that we're keeping clean sheets in all the London games this season. So I think that we're doing, like, lads, listen, they're showing all the right signs that this could be a championship winning team.
Are you going to eat your words, man? Are you going to eat your words?
I will gladly.
A bit of sauce on there, mate. A bit of tomato sauce on your words.
I will
The
get
chili
the
sauce.
pie. I will get the humble pie on camera, and I will gladly eat it. No problem. And I will apologise to all the fans that said, Kyle, you're wrong. Everyone, I will go and shake everyone their hands. But, Jays, let's look at it. You have to be realistic. This looks like a championship team now, lads. Today, I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. But up to today, I was doubting. And today, for the first time in 19 years, I'm starting to believe. I better not be let down now, because I'll crack.
Fair play, man. TJ, good comment here from Luke James. Could Jesus returning upset the team chemistry? Who do we drop? What do you think?
Okay, let me go back, because I think if I go back, I can answer Luke's question. So on the Southern Gooner stream, I think it was like 48 hours ago, I was complaining, and I went on a monologue about how bad our depth was, about how we were playing like under 21s against Sporting Lisbon, and then we saw the bench today, and I was literally I had a spring in my step, after seeing that bench. We have the depth back. The depth is back. As long as we can keep Jesus fit and the rest of the boys fit, we have a legitimate chance. Now, what was the question? I want to make sure that I answer it correctly. Does Jesus come right back into the team? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does. So, where we run into problems is Martinelli's spot, because Trossard has taken over that left wing spot. And I think we all saw it coming a little bit. Martinelli will always be either a starter or, that fringe player that'll either be on the bench or starting. The one player that will not be there is Eddie Nketiah. And that's something that we can talk about later, barring that we don't have any other injuries. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Jesus moonwalks back into this team. The link-up play and the boost that he gives these boys and he gives this fan base is too much to deny. Martinelli is an incredible player, and I think he will be a legend at this club. He loves this club. He would die on the pitch for this club. But you have to admit that the quality that we're seeing out of Tross ever since he came to this club has been second to none. So my front three to get us to the champion, to get us to lift that league title at the end of the season, as long as everybody stays healthy, Trossard on the left, Jesus up front, Saka on the right. As long as we can keep those guys healthy, sky's the limit.
I totally agree. Totally agree with that. Sam says, and I'll ask you this one, Kyle. Sam says, did Fulham have any big players out? Cause that will be why we won, according to Adrian Durham. Now, the only player they had out in my book was Willian. I wouldn't call him a big player. Any views on it, mate? Kyle's frozen, I think.
No, sorry, Jez, you said something.
Somebody else, was it? Somebody who was suspended, wasn't there? Player? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyle.
I don't know. I didn't get the Fulham team at all. I don't know who played for Fulham today at all.
Right. Sam's saying, did Fulham have any big players out? Cause that they will be why we won, according to Adrian Durham.
Paulinho was their only big player that was out. And
you was he playing?
You could call Willian. You can call Willian a big player, but
no,
Willian,
no,
right?
no.
Come on.
It's Fulham Football Club you're talking about.
Yeah, he's been playing well though. William.
I didn't know that Fulham had big players.
They're in 8th place. Like I think they've overperformed this year.
Well, Modric, I mean, I'd call him a decent player, but it is what it is. But let's get into the game. Let's get into the game. Ramsdale, first half, looked a bit shaky in my book. Maybe that's because he's bored. Have a lot to do. Let's get it right. Nobody was really giving him any trouble. So, was he actually looking for some entertainment?
Lots to do.
That's just a joke. But we were basically totally in control. And to start to quickly answer this question, Nunan, Jez, would Liam Brady get in this team?
He made that bad pass, didn't he? He made a bad. Who's it to that forward, the striker?
Who? Sorry? No, Liam Brady was a midfielder, man. Would he get in this team? Possibly. Game's moved on. Not sure he actually.
Good for him, Jez.
Huh? I'm not sure he'd have the physicality of this modern day football, but he was a decent.
Liam Brady would be too good for him, wouldn't he, for that team?
I don't know about that now. I don't know about that, but it is what it is.
Can you hear me, Jez?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I can hear you. But your internet's playing up, my friend. Your internet's playing up.
You see, Jace,
yeah, roughly
said that.
You're too good for the Arsenal team now. You're too good for that.
Just to say, Jace, that Liam Brady was a great player and a great player for Arsenal, but it was a different era of football. Like we said, Lionel Messi is the greatest player in the world today.
Yeah, I know that.
But Maradona was the greatest player. You see, you can't say who was the greatest ever. You can only be the greatest of your time.
Facts.
So, you can't say Liam Brady will get into this modern team, and you can't say that Trossard will get into Liam Brady's team. Different eras, different times, different footballs, different fields, just completely different times. But all I will tell you is that Liam Brady was one of the best.
Absolutely. I mean, in his day, Liam Brady was an absolute legend. But physicality, speed, temperament nowadays, it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it would suit his game back in time, back in the 70s. It's a whole different situation, but he was an absolute legend of the club. I've been fortunate to meet him on 2 or 3 occasions. Lovely, lovely gentleman. Fat, lovely, lovely man. But it is what it is. TJ, let's get into this. Our midfield today was, in my book, absolutely immense. Partey absolutely commanded, and I actually said on my player ratings and fan cam on Lee Gunner's channel, it was almost at points today, and I'm going to get absolutely ripped apart for it. It was Vieira-esque because he was stroking that ball around, his physicality. He put a calm into that midfield. He put a calm. And he absolutely bossed it today. And because of him, Odegaard, Xhaka, they all played sublimely.
I'm putting it. I just put it in the chat. I cannot believe you just compared Thomas Partey to the one and only Patrick Vieira. But it was a Vieira-esque performance. He commanded the midfield today. Our midfield was, again, I think it was their best first half, if not their best game of the season. Everybody showed up. Everybody contributed. And you know what? And I want to say this. I don't think Xhaka is getting enough flowers for his performance today. His pass into Martinelli, just a little bit off. But that showed our intent at the beginning of that game. As soon as we saw that, we weren't losing. Period. One person that showed up that I've already talked about once, Martin Odegaard. He is showing that he might be the captain of this team. Maybe not vocally, but the way he played the game today shows that he has the potential to be a truly legendary star player for this club. But again, I can't, you said it the best about Partey. I can't expand more than you did on that. He was absolutely incredible. But the midfield in general today, I think it was their best game of the season. They were the engine today, and yeah, I could go on and on and on.
Absolutely, Kyle. I want you to answer this comment first, and then give me your opinion. Give me your opinion.
Long-haired Yeti, you're just on the wind-up, dude. I know what you're doing over here. I know what you're doing.
I'm trying to cause trouble.
Kyle, answer Craig. Then give me your opinion on the midfield today.
Yeah, first of all, I'd say I'll apologise to Arteta and I apologise to everyone if they win the league title. A loss of games to be still played. But the midfield, Jace, yeah, it's very interesting to hear you comparing Partey to Vieira there for today's performance, which is great. Like I said, I didn't see the game, so I'm very happy to hear that. Partey is an important player, very important player. We have to keep it fit, Jace, for the continuation because there's some big games coming up. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle. We need our big players, our star players to be all fit, rearing to go. I am a bit worried about Saka. Saka's had to play in too many games. He looks tired. So that is a concern for me. I heard TJ talking about Odegaard. And fantastic performance today. Fair play at home. I'm delighted to hear that once again. But I want to see Odegaard doing that when it really matters against the big boys.
Facts.
So with Soundseek, like I said, there's a lot of games to come. Also, Jace, I was just listening to you there talking about Jesus. Does he come straight back into the team? I don't know is my answer. And the reason why I say I don't know is because we have a winning team at the moment. And you know, Jace, what they say about football, don't change a winning side. Yeah, Jesus is brilliant. It's great to see him coming back. But as I say, I wouldn't just toss it up just yet. I'd be still playing with the same team. No, I'm excited. I'm really excited that the players are all playing at the top of their game at this stage. And I believe Xhaka was brilliant today as well, which is also a great sign. We kept a clean sheet. So overall, I'm very happy with this performance today from what I'm at here, and I'll look at the highlights later. And I also have one serious question to ask audience, because I honestly don't know what you're doing here, so you may enlighten me. How are you all getting to see all these Arsenal games? Because they're not live on TV. I'm not. That's why I'm not looking at them.
I'm lucky to live in America. It's all on Peacock and or USA. I'm lucky to be able to see all of them.
Well, maybe
interesting.
Get one of those. Get one of those VPNs. Get one of those VPNs.
This comment's not very good. This is a bad comment.
Jez, you're all plastic.
No.
Jez, what do you think about that? What do you think about? Are you plastic?
Bad.
Well, when you've been to 2,584 games, I don't think so. I'd like to know, Craig, how many games you've been to? How many games have you actually ever been to call me and people here plastic? Because
it could be Pete, mate. It could be Pete.
Oh, it might be, but it makes me laugh really because these little muppets that come in and they say, "Oh, you're plastic," because why? Why am I plastic? I'm bigging up Arteta and I'm bigging up the players and I'm bigging up the badge. You know, nobody is ever bigger than the badge. So, Craig, do one.
Yeah.
Tell me, come back, Craig, and tell me how many games you've been to, son. Just going to bring Connor in. Connor, how are you, mate?
Hey guys. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Jez. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
How's it going, guys?
I'll ask you the question. Throw you in the mix. What do you think of the midfield today?
I thought they were fantastic. I think that's our midfield. You can't change it. I think going forward, I know we've got Jorginho, but that is our midfield. We were absolutely fantastic. In most parts, we completely controlled that game. That's the Arsenal I want to see going into every single game. I don't care if it's Anfield. I don't care if it's the Etihad. That is how I want our team going in every single game now. Because that was it. Like I was watching earlier, Jez, you said it could have been 5, it could have been 6, it could have been. We were absolutely fantastic there. I was really worried about walking into this game and really getting shown by Fulham a bit of if we have a weakness or anything. Because you got to give credit to Fulham. I know they had Paulinho out today. I think to show that they're 7th in the league this season or 8th, I think they've had a good run of the season so far, and they could have taken it to us today. But obviously, we've shown that we're the better team, and we're where we're at in the table because of a performance like today. And I think the midfield was fantastic. To answer your question, I think that was definitely I agree with what a lot of people are saying. This was our best performance, in my opinion, after this World Cup. I think fact. I think it's been. It was a fantastic game today, and I couldn't have asked for a better performance, really.
Yeah, you couldn't. Steve, Mr. B, you can't argue today. The midfield was quite sublime, wasn't it?
It was, mate. Yeah, that was the best. I'd say that's the best I've seen you, probably, apart from a couple of other performances. The best you've been. And I think like Trossard was awesome. You know, I'd say he's one of the signings of the season. Trossard. You know, I'm glad you didn't get Mudryk in the end. You dodged the bullet. You didn't get him, you know. Because I mean, Trossard, he's miles better than him. You know, top player, isn't he? So one of the best players ever. So I always rated him at Brighton. You know. So
yeah. I mean, fact is the fact that Jamino, I don't know what's going on here. Adam Palmer, we only blocked one person in the stream. That's for calling Jez Plannel plastic. Don't get how that makes us virgins, pal. But okay, yeah. If you don't like it, mate, you don't have to watch. That's the way it is. Let's get back to the football. We don't need idiots talking bullshit in here. You know, Jesus has come back. Jesus on a Sunday. Who could ask for more? And I thought he put in a decent shift. I thought, you know, Connor, I'll come to you first, man. I thought he did decent. He nearly scored.
Yes, he nearly did. Yes, he did.
Part 2 of this question, mate, is the fact that today we actually had a decent bench. Who knew?
We did. Yeah, no, we did completely. I mean, I saw that lineup, and I thought it's not Man City-esque type bench, as we all know. It's not what we want the dream bench to be, obviously. But that is a bench. There's no academy players. There's no random numbers of kids we don't even know yet. You know, it was a full stack bench, which we knew. If we're going to have a bit of a mess up in the attack, in the midfield, and the defense, we know we have people to bring on, and that is such a nice feeling to have in, especially this part of the season. It is essential, and that is why I'm hoping and praying we don't have any stupid injuries in this international break. But just seeing that we have some talent on the bench that we know we can bring on and can make a difference to the game is so helpful. And this signing of Trossard in January was so smart. Do you know what? I think we would have been in a really, really crap position if we did end up signing Mudryk and Trossard would have just never come, because my God, the difference that he makes into the attacking options that we've got, and the fact that we'll probably even improve on that in the summer. It's a nice feeling to have, not having to worry about, if our attack is crap in this, we've got some 18-year-old to bring on from the academy. It's just a nice feeling. And I was really happy overall just today. It was a great feeling, and obviously going forward, I just hope and pray that we can keep this squad going, and there's going to be no major injuries to this, mainly the starting 11 going forward. But it was a nice feeling to have a great bench.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice position to be in. Let's get it right. DJ, bench, and our midfield, and everything looks rosy in the garden. I mean, there's somebody just put in the chat there.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
The current situation, can we win it? I'm gonna go bold. I'm gonna go bold. Yes, because I think with this current team, I know we've got Liverpool away, City away. If we can get a draw in both of them games and the wins at other games, we're going to do it.
As long as this bench stays healthy, we can do it. I can't say enough. And you know what? It was long-haired Yeti. Long-haired Yeti. He subbed to my channel. Thank you very much. But he asked me if I would apologize to Arteta. I don't have anything to apologize for.
No.
I have never once on this platform said Arteta out, by the way. I've only said Edu out and Kroenke out. Okay? So I don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, TJ, you were Arteta out. You don't know who I am, so stop. Stop it. I'm new to this thing, so I don't want to hear any of your garbage. Okay? All right. Sorry about that, Jess. Getting back to the bench, okay? As long as I don't see Nketiah, Holding, or any of the under 21s on that bench, I am feeling very, very confident about our chances. We need to show intent. We can win the Europa League. We can win the Premier League if we stay healthy and we stay consistent about fielding strong lineups. And Arteta, the thing that frustrates me the most about Arteta is that he will play different levels of people in different competitions. If they're healthy, play them. Play them. Okay? So I got frustrated again on Matt's channel about the depth of our bench. And again, obviously, Tierney was injured, or Tierney was sick, Odegaard was sick. You got to keep that in consideration. But I'm not like, with this team, I'm not trying to save feelings. I feel like with a lot of Arteta's lineup choices, he sometimes goes with the people that haven't played very much and not necessarily on merit. and that worries me with regard to the Europa League. Because he will play those players if he says, oh, well, they deserve it. It's just like, okay, well, we don't see training, so we don't know if they deserve it, right? We'll just get frustrated as YouTubers and as fans to say, hey, like, why is Vieira playing in the midfield when you got a perfectly healthy, like, party, right? So, I'm waffling a little bit here. I know I'm going on a little bit, but if we play the depth that we had today in every game moving forward, we can win both competitions.
Yeah, fact. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Just Will M. Hooper, how many league titles have you witnessed, Jez? 7. With this in mind, in your opinion, are you seeing an Arsenal team that is capable of winning the league, not just this season, but beyond? Well, let's get it right. Arsenal haven't won consecutive league titles since the 1930s. So, to win consecutive league titles, mate, you need to invest. And that's what we need to do. But, yeah, I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it. that I'm confident. Steve, Mr. B, do you see Arsenal doing the damage?
Well, certainly for this season, I think you can. But obviously, you've got to strengthen that squad because this ain't going to be good enough for the next season, is it? To challenge again the squad you got now. So even if you do win it this season, you got to build on that. You got to buy. Will Quonke put the money in again? Will he put all the money in? You to get more players. That's the thing.
Facts. Yep, Mr. B, you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Cheers, man. But also, can I go back to Jesus? I think you might give him a bit too long today. 10 minutes. I thought probably like 5 or something, or a bit less would have been better. Just to ease him back slightly, you know, because you don't want him out again, do you? No, you just got him back. So,
well, he's been rushing. He's been rushing to get back. He wanted to get back into this team about 2 months ago. I think I heard Arteta saying like, "I want to get back in." You know, he's craving to get back in. I think I even saw when I was watching the warm up before the game, he wants to play. And you know, if a player is that confident in knowing that he'll be good, I think I definitely agree with the fact we don't want to be rushing him into it. As much as I do, I don't imagine if we get an injury on him, it's the worst scenario ever. But I definitely think you can see in the player he wants this game time. He wants to be a part of this possibly Premier League winning team. You know, so yeah. So just to say that a bit about Jesus.
And we have infamous Pete.
Here we go.
Hey, Sood.
Here he is.
Peter Haysood.
Good old Pete. He's on the drugs again tonight. He's on the coke and shit. And this guy, I'll tell you about this guy. He comes. He's talks to people in the group chat. Makes out he's religious. He makes out he's been on a religious pilgrimage to Jerusalem. He bets everywhere. So the guy's an absolute complete wanker.
Yeah, man.
You know,
for sure.
Been on a religious pilgrimage to Jerusalem. He put into comments that have been copied to me that he lost his job because he took unpaid leave to go on a religious trip. Mate, you are one absolutely deluded fucking arsehole. And I love the fact that you come in with all your different accounts, and the fact that you do it is great, because really, mate, it helps the algorithm. So, yeah, thanks for watching.
A bit sad, isn't it? It's just a bit sad. He's got nothing else better to do in his life.
Nothing a bit sad about it. It's very sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
He's an absolute nightmare. I mean, he's just a prick. Seriously.
Definitely.
He says, Pete Hayzood, you even spelt your own name wrong. Goodbye.
Big up the mods, by the way. Big up the mods. They are on it today. Big up the mods.
I just don't get why people have the time and energy and bother to come and sit and talk shit. Why bother?
What's the benefit?
Seriously, have you not got a life?
Jez, if I could say it, I've been talking shit in people's chats, and then I just started my own channel, so I can do it.
Yeah, God, honestly. Anyway,
I've hidden him before, Jez. I've hidden Pete. I've hidden him before in there.
Yeah,
I've hidden him.
Yeah,
why he's still on there? I don't know.
He's got multiple accounts, Steve. He's got multiple accounts, and he switches. One day he loves me, the next day he hates me. The guy's a complete fucking fruit. He's a Fruit Loop. Seriously.
You
know what I mean?
Jed,
well, at the end of the day, I mean, he talked to Steve Mackler, and he gave all this chat about going to Jerusalem on some. I'll tell you now, he is the same guy that was going on about his gambling addiction. and he gambles everything on Arsenal. The guy's an absolute one of them. He's an absolute one of them. It is funny. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll talk about. Let's talk about. I want to talk about our defence today, because our defence, I thought, was absolutely immense. I don't think anybody today put a foot wrong.
Not at all.
Connor, do you want to go with that one first, man?
Yeah. Listen, you can't fault it. It was a fantastic performance. You got to say overall, but on the topic of the defence, I completely agree. This is a defence that, in my opinion, you can't be changing. Gabriel and Saliba, in my opinion, for the rest of the season, I'm sorry if it's Europa League, you can't be having Saliba and Holding, Gabriel and Kivior, Gabriel and Holding. It's got to be Gabriel and Saliba. It can't be anything else, in my opinion. Whether you're playing against a team from Cyprus or a team in England, whether it's in the Europa League or in the Premier League, you've got to be having them two as a partnership, because they just work, they flourish, and you can see, especially when Gabriel scored his header, the partnership, the friendship that they've got for each other. It's really there. There's a connection. You know, they enjoy playing together alongside each other as a pair. You know, and you got to give credit to Ben White, who, in my opinion, he's a right back. You don't play him at centre back ever. Like when we played him at centre back last season, in my opinion, he is a right back. He was fantastic. And you look at Zinchenko. Yes, he was doing his classic, you know, leaving the left back position, going all the way into the centre mid position. But, you know, again, you can't fault him. He put in a fantastic performance today. And he's a player that wants to win. As much as we can criticise about his defending at points and where he moves into the pitch, which is very much criticisable because he does get on our nerves sometimes. But you can't deny he wants to win that Premier League title, man. He wants to win it. He is the passion he shows. You can see it in replays when we've scored goals before. He is a player like everyone else in that team. You can't say someone doesn't want to win it, but you can just see it in him. And in the interviews he does with some people, he wants this title, man. And that defense was fantastic. And, you know, it's performances like this today that can't go unnoticed, where if we do end up going to Anfield and we do end up going to the Etihad, we can't be going there now and thinking, oh, do you know what, we're going to get smashed 6-0. Because obviously, we haven't won at Anfield in a long, long time. I think it was 2013, 2012 with Van Persie. But with a performance in the defence like that today, you can see, I know it's only Fulham, and no disrespect to Fulham because they're doing very well this season, but it's a performance that stood out that I think we can go to teams like City away and Liverpool and put in a decent performance. Why can't we? We're first for a reason. We've had a great performance today defensively. If they can perform like that, why can't they do that against other teams, which they have shown, by the way. I'm not saying they haven't, but I mean, that's why when we do end up going to Anfield and the Etihad, there'll be nerves, but we've proved, like today, that we can go there with some threat. We can perform well as a team, and, you know, performances something like these can give our fans more confidence, and that's what I love. And it's just, I love the passion in the team, man. Even do you know, when that Martinelli goal got ruled, or the own goal even got ruled offside, I was like, I was expecting a bit of like is this going to be a bit of a, you know, like a bit of like a, for God's sake, okay, we could have got going, but then we just hit straight back, man, and it's fantastic. And the fact I got to quickly say again, I know it's just about the defence, this question, but Trossard today, oh my God, I got to keep praising this man. Oh my, what was it, 21 million? And we were going to go and pay 100 for Mudryk.
Bargain.
It is, yeah. I'm sorry. What a signing.
No money.
And I'm telling you, and I don't know if someone said this earlier. I don't know where I heard this. It might have been on this stream, or might have been another one. This is what happens when you invest in Premier League proven players. It's just fact. He's played in the league. He knows what to do. The fact that he has the role of what Jesus had with Martinelli, where they were switching back and forth, it just works. And it is a fantastic bit of business that we've done. And for such a cheap price in this day's market, when Chelsea have gone ahead and signed Mudryk for 100 and something million. No disrespect to Mudryk. I know at some point we sort of all wanted him, maybe, but God am I glad with his signing, man. 3 assists. You can't get any better than that. You know, it would have ticked off nice with a goal as well. But he's just fantastic. Sorry, I had to quickly just say that because I can't praise the guy enough. But again, just from the answer of your question, the defense was fantastic.
Quality.
Connor, I agree with you, man. He's absolute class. And Craig AFC 87. Question, Jez in the panel. Would you say that was Arteta best performance since he's been in charge? Steve?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly, I'd say, yeah. I would say probably, yeah.
I'll come to TJ.
There has been some before, earlier, maybe in the season, probably before the World Cup. Sorry?
Now, go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, but no, that was a great performance, yeah, superb. Defence was, actually, I think the first time I've seen them as collective, as a group, actually defending really well. The whole lot of them, not just one or two. Like, you haven't got one that's like got the bozo gene, as we've seen before. Gabriel or Saliba, or even Wyatt, obviously. But, it's all as a group. They've done well, collectively, defended really well. Like their lives depended on it, So I thought it was incredible today. The best I've seen Arsenal play for a long while today, I think. So
fair play.
Yeah.
Pete, I'm coming to your house, mate. Do you want the address? I'll give you the address, and I'll even pay for your plane flight from fucking Africa, because I know exactly where you are. I know exactly where you are, because unfortunately for you, you little mug, I have a friend that works at GCHQ, and he has your UMEI code for your phone, and he also had your IP address, so I know exactly where you are. So
he's got more. This guy's got multiple accounts. That is so strange.
Pete is done out here.
Yeah, I know exactly where he is. I know exactly where he is. And if you want to pay for your flight and come over, son, you can have my address and I'll meet you. No worries about that. These people are pathetic, honestly. He lives in a fucking mud hut in Nigeria. He does.
I was about to ask if it was like a server farm in Nigeria or something like that.
Yeah, he lives in a fucking mud hut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Fair play to his son, but
well, he lives in the basement, probably. Yeah.
Don't do the big one unless you can actually follow it up, mate. I've been there, done it, and seen it. So there you go. Anyway, TJ, I think Arsenal, and this is a massive question, and you can go wherever you want with this question, my friend. I'm going to put mine on the line. I think Arsenal are going to pull it off.
Was that a question or a statement, Jess?
Well, it's a question and a statement. Fair play. It was a bit of a statement, but I did say you can answer it whatever way you like. If you disagree, I respect your opinion. Whatever you say, mate. I'm positive. I am positive.
All right. So I want to go back and answer the question that that came in before our old friend Peter came into the chat. I think that it was one of Arteta's best performances. I think that he could have subbed off Saka a little bit earlier. But other than that, it was perfect. So that was my answer to that. I am not there yet, Jez. I'm not there yet. So, and here's why. Arsenal, whether we like it or not, are gonna drop some points. It is what it is. All right. And I know this is gonna piss off my friend Prince here, but Arteta is not the second coming. He is not the best manager in the world. We still need our players to go out there and turn in consistent performances. And the people that we need consistent performances from don't necessarily always do it. The big guy that I'm talking about right now, even though he had a fantastic game today, is our captain, Martin Odegaard. Okay? If he shows up and he shows that he is the captain of this team and he bosses that midfield, I will sign up to, yep, Arsenal are taking it home. But until he starts being more consistent, I can't sign up quite yet. But I'm just like Kyle. I'm starting to believe. And I said it on Del Boy's stream earlier. Until I see Odegaard lifting that trophy, I am not 100% signing up, because I have seen I've only been a really, really hard Arsenal fan for probably about the last 6-7 years, but I've seen enough collapses in sports to know that if you put 100% of your heart into it, a lot of the time you're going to be disappointed. So for my own mental health, I'm not quite there yet. But if we see the certain things that we saw today, you're going to make a believer out of me.
Yeah, I mean, you know my views, guys. You know my views for the last 3 years. But I have to put it out there that, we're going down the right road. I mean, after the greatness of Wenger, he stayed too long and dragged us down the wrong path, and eventually he had to go. And I actually said, be careful what you wish for, because when he went, and he did get too old for the club, in my book, and we got Emery in, and look at the run that Emery took us on. But I'm not going to get into this, but it's old news. But Connor, my old mate, do you think this is going to be the season?
Well, I was looking at the fixtures list. So the next game that City have in the league, which is unfortunate, it's after the international break, and that is Liverpool. So our next game is obviously is it Leeds or Crystal Palace is our next game. It's Crystal Palace and then Leeds. So we're taking this. We're doing the Europa League. And then we've got Crystal Palace next weekend before the international break. Now, Man City obviously have their game with Burnley, which is fitting into their slot instead of the Premier League game. So if we beat Crystal Palace, we'll be going 8 points ahead of them before international break. And so which will probably mess up with City's heads a bit, knowing that we're 8 points ahead. And then they come back from the international break and they have Liverpool. So if they lose to Liverpool, that will guarantee our spot in 8 points clear. Which, in a world where if we do end up losing to City and Liverpool, I know it does make the gap even smaller, but it makes it in a sense where it's not as hard hitting if we were just 5 points ahead. I'm a bit like TJ. I'm more on the fence of I'm taking it game by game, because I know what Arsenal can do to us sometimes. I know what they can do to us. I'm definitely as confident as I'll ever be to go ahead and win this. The only reason I'm not getting too ahead of myself is just the feeling. I don't even want to imagine the feeling if we do end up not getting it. But listen, we've got a good run of games coming up before we hit Liverpool. And obviously City do have Liverpool next in the league, which is massive. And I just hope and pray. It is at the Etihad, but I just hope and pray Liverpool turn up, man, because that could be massive. And it's games like that where we've seen, we know for a fact, and I think a lot of people can agree with me, even with this Haaland signing, who's been extremely fantastic this season, he's been, in my opinion, one of the signing, if not the signing of the season. This City team isn't the same as the City teams we've seen in previous years, in my opinion. they have their faults, and we've seen their faults in some games, especially with Brentford when they got that win. In games against Liverpool, I can see them dropping points, if I'm being honest with you. I know Liverpool haven't had the best of seasons either, but that's a game where we've got to look at and we've got to say Liverpool have got to do us a massive favour. So in my opinion, if we beat Crystal Palace next weekend, going into that, obviously that international break of 8 points clear, but they do have a game in hand, and we come back and we beat Leeds, but City lose to Liverpool, no, it's a bit of a long stretch, I'll be on your side, Jez, where I think we'll get it, if I'm going to be that brutal.
I think it's the fact that you get the feeling, and maybe call me stupid, and I am stupid. You get that feeling, and when you get that, you think it's going to happen. And Longhead Yeti 187, thanks mate for the super chat. Jez, he will have your toaster. Be careful. Yeah, he's good luck. Good luck, mate. I haven't got a fucking toaster. We only use the grill, but there we go. And some good comments here. Prince Fowl, Arsenal maniac, start to believe, bros. Prince Fowl, we know, big into it. TJ Warren.
I was talking about Prince. He likes me a lot. So Prince, anytime you want to come on my channel and talk, I am more than happy to, my man.
Prince Fowl, he's a great guy. I know he's a top.
He's a good guy.
Listen, he's confident. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't know Prince properly. I can just see he's a confident guy. And you can't blame him. With the way we've been performing this season, I'm not as confident, but not everyone's going to be as confident, man. But he's obviously extremely confident that we're going to get it in fair play. You know, this has been... When have we been on a run in a league? I think it's since Arsene Wenger left. When have we been on a run in a league where we know for a fact we've got Champions League qualification that season? Because we know we're going to get Champions League this season. Let's be real. It's good. It's going to happen. We haven't had that for a long time. And I guess that boosts the confidence up even more. So I don't really blame people for being really overconfident this season. How can you? We're in a title charge. So in that sense, I can agree with why Prince is really confident. So if we were in a situation where we were in 8th, maybe I'd get it. I'd be like, okay, come on. Let's. It's been 3 years now. 8th place finishes is normal. But listen, look at the run we're on, man. You know, you got to be confident in some areas. So if fans want to be that confident, fair play. You know, you can't not be. And yeah, sorry, that was my opinion on that. So I can understand it.
Connor, I'm gonna knock it all day. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah. Before we round this up, I'm going to ask Steve, Mr. B for life. Do you see us getting it over the line, man?
Yeah, I actually do feel confident now because I don't think much of City. They look pretty, I'd call them shitty pretty much this season. I don't think they're that great. I mean, they got lucky 1-0 win yesterday. I don't know how they did that, but penalty. So I didn't think they were that great at all, not impressive. So I would say it's yours, mate. You know, it's yours to lose. You can fuck it up, but I can't see you doing that again. I can't see you doing that. So, you know, I think it's yours, mate. So,
I'm trying to avoid. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to avoid some comments here because old Pete's up to his normal bullshit.
I don't understand why this Adam guy keeps asking if anyone's got Discord. I don't think anyone here has Discord, mate. He keeps spamming it, unfortunately. But I don't think anyone here has Discord, mate. Sorry about that. You can stop asking now, I think.
Yeah, he's not.
What is Discord? What is it? I don't know.
Do you know what? It's like a popular version of Skype. I think it's like
a gaming version of Skype. Like people in the gaming community use it to talk to each other.
No,
I don't use it.
Yeah, fair play. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for rejoining.
Tottenham.
and Arsenal ladies are beating Reading, so that's good.
Oh, brilliant.
It's good to see that they won the League Cup, didn't they? TJ, new to YouTube, awesome. The other night, brilliant stuff. Shout your channel out, man.
Thanks, Jez. Again, it's TJ Warren TV. I'm gonna have a weekly show Friday nights, so it's gonna be about 9 o'clock UK now that we did the spring forward here in the US. So 10 o'clock UK time. It's called the American Idiot Show. I'm hosting anybody that wants to come. So Prince, you're more than welcome to come next week. Anybody, honestly, in this community is welcome to come on and talk. I'm also going to be doing some call-in shows probably in the coming weeks. Any Arsenal fans, any fans from other clubs that want to come on and speak their piece, they're more than welcome to. Thank you, Oregon Gunner. Dow was on there. Dow was one of the originals. So was Jess. So was Kyle. So of the American Idiot Show. So again, that's going to be a weekly thing. Again, Connor, Mr. B, thank you again for being such awesome people on the panel to talk with.
No worries.
And Jez, thank you for having me on. I will be grateful. Thank you forever. Appreciate it,
mate. Your content's great. Loved it the other night. Your channel's going to grow, and love you having on, man. Steve, Mr. B for life. Where can we find you, sir?
Well, just mainly Insta, mate. Bees fan forever on Insta until I actually get my own show, whenever that'll be. But yeah, I try and compete with all you know, whatever, all of you, man. But mainly on Insta at the moment. That's it.
Right, no, mate, go for it.
Yeah,
go for it.
Try.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Anyone
can help me out. Anyone can help me out with it, you know.
We'll all help you out. I mean, this young man here, Connor, he does amazing graphics. He done all mine. That's for sure.
He's gonna be doing mine. We're working on it this week. So again, Connor, I appreciate it.
No worries, man. It's a community where people help each other, you know, and that's what it's all about. There's no question about that. And we all try and, you know, we're all small tubers, and we all try and help each other in a community. And that's what it's all about. And the fact remains that I had no ambitions at all about doing a bloody YouTube thing. It was only the fact that I've been on Lee's for, I don't know, 2 odd years, something like that. And people were saying, you got to do your own, you got to do your own, you got to do your own. And it was only last April, one evening, I just suddenly thought, fuck it, I'll do it. And with thanks of Gracie, I didn't have a clue how to do it. I won't lie. And Gracie May said, do you want me to do it for you? And I went, all right. And 10 minutes later, she set it all up. And I was like, oh, right, okay, fair play. So fair play to that. Anyway, guys, going to wrap it up. Connor, CMO on YouTube, mate. Awesome graphics work. Done all of mine. Top fella people. If you need anything like that, graphics, editing, this is the young man to speak to. Connor, shout yourself out, my friend.
Yeah, so I'm on Insta. Oh, well, first of all, thank you very much, Jez, for having me on once again. It's always a pleasure to come on with these two people next to us here who are great people, Steve and TJ. So thank you again. Thank you very much for having me on. And yeah, on Instagram, I'm just on Instagram mainly. I was on YouTube. I've sort of given it a break because I'm working as a full-time editor now as my job. So I had to give it a bit of a break and stuff. Maybe in the future. It's a bit of a shame. The one season where we do really well, I didn't do YouTube videos, but maybe heading into next season, I'll think. But anyway, yeah, so I'm on Instagram. CMO.editing is where if you want to hit me up about graphics or anything like that, CMO.editing. On Instagram and my personal is just Connor, CONORMXO. And also, I see a guy called Arsenal Maniac in here. Apparently, I look like a doppelganger of a famous YouTuber, so I'm interested to know who that is. But yeah,
You look like
again,
you look
thank
like
you
James,
very much for
you
having me
look
on.
like James Redmond. You look like James Redmond.
Yeah,
James Redmond.
That's probably what.
Alex Redmond. Yeah.
Big Liverpool
Scousser.
guy.
Scousser.
You look a lot like him.
Anyway,
All right.
guys,
Interesting.
I'm going to do the outro. Connor's outro. And always big up to you, man, for doing it.
No worries.
And we'll see you soon, people. And Wednesday night, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, I'm doing a podcast on Lee's channel with Lee, Kenny, and myself, where we talk about the game at the weekend. Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, I'm with Lee, Kenny, and Dan Potts. So that'll be a great one. That'll be a great show. So come and have a look, see and chat and what you think. If you agree, you don't agree, it's what it's all about. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Been a great day. Arsenal, today. Fulham 0, Arsenal 3. Great result. 5-point lead. Clean sheet yet again. Brilliant. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.
I'm relieved to hear that you've been to some far places. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down. Sympathy.
Jazz, thank you again.